Let's take you back to that earlier conversation with Sassa after scores of pensioners were left angry and disappointed when they did not receive their grant payouts on Monday. The South African Social Security Agency saying its system experienced a technical glitch which affected 450,000 recipients. Those affected are based in KwaZulu-Natal. For more on this, I'm joined by the agency's Busisiwe Memela. Busisiwe, a very good evening to you. Thank you so much for bearing with us. So let's pick up where we left off. Have all the people who had to go home empty-handed on Monday finally received their grants?
They did already by the afternoon yesterday. Most of the amount had been deposited in their accounts, but of course the clients had already left because they had to get back to where they came from. We ensured that by yesterday all the money had been deposited in their accounts. As indicated earlier on, the problem was encountered when we're technically changing our system to make sure that we can separate the elderly and the persons with disabilities with the rest of the clients that we have. Again, for us to be able to manage the process because of COVID and not have as much volumes as we normally have.
But, Busisiwe, this is especially disappointing because around this time last month, when the first grant payments were made under lockdown, there were problems again, and the Minister of Social Development, Lindiwe Zulu, gave the assurance that you guys would do better with future payments. So how do you explain the fact that, again, for second month in a row, we're still dealing with issues where Sassa is concerned?
I think in terms of the issues that we encountered now, they are different from the challenges. And we're again trying to manage the challenges we had previously, because what we had previously was 11.2 million clients at the same time. And the intention was to separate them so that we can have only 50% of the clients that actually go and transact using their cards. Because what's critical to explain is the fact that we pay the money of the clients into their account, and they can access the money at any time. But yes, we understand that by this time, clients are desperate to be able to ensure that they have access to food. Hence, in many instances, they all go at the same time. But the money would be in their accounts that they can access it any time at the time when they require it. We don't actually have pay points in terms of the retail shops. These are access points that anybody and everybody actually accesses. But again, because clients are desperate at this time, hence they actually come out in droves at the same time. And the intention was to manage that. Hence, we paid half the clients for yesterday and today, and half the clients that we will pay from tomorrow.
You speak about desperation, and quite correctly, yesterday our reporter Spandla Goke was in Umlazi where pensioners were queuing up, and one of the women he spoke to in the queue said, "We are fearing the coronavirus, but the reality is we're going to die in this queue," reflecting that very desperation that you speak of. Many of these people who rely on the government grant often cannot afford to make a second trip to the mall or into town. What are you going to do to make sure that at the beginning of June we're not still having the same conversation?
We will make sure that our systems are stable, because we have at least the whole month, unlike what the situation was in this particular month. And the idea for next month is to make sure that the elderly also don't go together with persons with disabilities, so that we can manage the process.
Tomorrow, child support grants are due out Wednesday. Are you confident that process will run without a glitch?
Yes, I've got the commitment of the technical team that because we're going to start the process earlier, that we will not have a challenge.
Busisiwe Memela with the South African Social Security Agency, thank you so much for your time.